Alright, I know I said I was done making TF2 videos, but I've been wanting to make this one for a while, but I forgot about it twice. So, this is just a little video about the player stereotypes I encounter, just the worst of the worst, just the scum of the community. So, this does not apply to everyone, but yeah, so anyway, hope you guys enjoy, and let's get to it. So first up is... first on the list is... First on the list is... Okay, but seriously, these guys have little regard for anyone else on his team having to put up with him. These idiots for some reason have the irresistible urge to press V every time they feel the need to burp. Sometimes they'll do it once. Annoying, but okay. But then there are guys who just keep a soda can or something near them, drink it, and force themselves to burp so they can annoy people in the mic. It's annoying as all hell and unnecessary. I know what you guys are thinking, just mute them. Yeah, well, I prefer to vote kick them. It teaches them a lesson about not doing something so obnoxious into a mic and making your whole team put up with it. Like, really, what reason is there to burp into the mic? It's so annoying, and I shouldn't have to waste time muting you in the first place, because who the hell needs to turn on the mic every time they burp? Just stop! If you've seen my videos, it's obvious I despise sticky spammers. It requires no skill and misuses a weapon designed for area denial and traps. I respect demo men who actually use it as intended, but I have no respect for the ones who abuse it for its damage just to get free kills because they can't be bothered to learn to aim their grenade launcher. Do you think I wouldn't be as good as I am with a loose cannon without practice? I spent a lot of time on TR walkway practicing to get better with my charge timing and aim. Normally these guys would rely on the lock and load, but ever since it was nerfed, it only does bonus damage to buildings instead of players, and now all these amateurs do is rely on the sticky bomb launcher and nothing more. What's worse is Valve supports this gameplay by making a weapon designed to sticky spam. It just makes it more annoying and really pushes me away from the game because of it. I'm tired of dealing with these guys. Get real skill already. These guys have zero skill or sense of fun. Try to enjoy a game of the Groot, and these guys are there because Valve doesn't understand how balance works, and these guys take advantage of that. Whoever thought making a melee only game mode and not remove Spy's backstab or cloak needs to get his head checked. You're forced to engage a spy in close quarters, and because this game's hitbox for backstabs is shit, they just need to step sideways and backstab you. You can be looking right at them and it's a backstab. All these spies do is run away and try to lure you in. Sure, they're predictable and I take pleasure from punishing them, but it's still annoying every time. I just want to enjoy myself on the Groot. Then there's the boxing heavies who are addicted to the dopamine from getting one kill and getting crits and get kill chains. They'll usually equip the stake and get mini crits just to make it easier. Sure, you can run away till it runs out, but on the Groot you're forced into close quarters, and that doesn't help, is these things can still get random crits, so they can get lucky, get one kill, and get free crits, and since everyone is on the point, it's easy for them. They ruin the fun of the Groot and are annoying to deal with, especially spies. I'm so tired of these guys trying to jump over me or get behind me, and if things don't go their way, just cloak and escape only to materialize behind you moments later and backstab you. I can only hope Valve wakes up and makes changes to the Groot so it's more fair. The spy is too overpowered on the Groot. These guys lack common sense. The mini sentry is an offensive option, not defensive. You can be trying to defend the intel and these guys think it's a good idea to use a small turret with less firepower and health than a regular sentry and run off just to die seconds later. I once won a game because I casually ran past the mini sentry unopposed and got minor damage and ran out with it. My guess is, besides being noobs, are too lazy to build level 3 sentries, so just throw down a mini sentry and call it a day. It's obnoxious when you have to rely on an engineer and he uses the worst tools possible. They're not all stubborn, so if you just let him know, he'll usually switch up, but sometimes they just don't care. These guys are the reason why I stopped trusting friendlies. Anyone who saw my video about these guys know I don't like them. They also use the "I'm a friendly" as an excuse to avoid dying. When you turn around, they'll kill you, and when you respond to kill them back, they go, "Why? I'm a friendly," in chat and act all innocent. Like, dude, you killed me first. There are some who just fake it to make it easier to kill players. There was a time when an entire team pretended to be friendly. Me and my team was hanging out, we were all dancing, having fun with taunts, the usual friendly party. But once their scout grabbed intel, everyone pulled out their weapons and slaughtered us and got a cheap win. After that day, I stopped trusting friendlies ever since. I kill friendlies on sight. They also like to pretend to be friendly to try and sneak intel. They'll do a conga line at your base, grab intel, and casually dance out and capture the point and win, and then proceed to slaughter everyone around it with the crits. So I kill them on sight if I see them trying to dance to intel. Every time I let them go in, they sneak out with it cause he's trusted. And he caps anyway. Kill friendlies on sight unless the entire server is being friendly. If you're in the mood, then join in. If not, then let them be and leave. Of course, I like to pull off a no Russian on them and slaughter them as I wait to connect to a game purely out of spite. It's fun. Never trust a friendly. I'm sure some of you guys might have already encountered these guys already. They woke up one day and decided to hate the world, join a game, and just vote kick people with no context or reason. I saw these guys before many years ago. I joined the game and he kept trying to kick this one guy for no reason, said nothing on mic or chat. Another game was this guy just getting people kicked for no reason and just wouldn't stop. It ended when we finally kicked him. I don't see these types of players anymore, I don't see them often, but they'll just kick for no reason or the dumbest one. These guys can ruin a game of capture the flag. I can't tell you how many times I encountered this one guy who would grab the intel and return it to the enemy base when it's either 2-1 or 2-0, and will always say stealing is wrong, causing the game to drag on longer than it should. But it's always satisfying to kick these players before they can get far. But it's still annoying when everyone wants it to end so they can either turn in their contracts or go to bed, and these assholes decide to ruin it for everyone. Because of them, the game usually goes on for another 2 or more hours because the enemy team decides to dig in with sentries and turtle. These guys are usually friendly supporters, so they return to intel to drag things on. If you're watching this and you're one of those guys, take a good long look at yourself in the mirror and know that you made the game even more miserable for everyone by dragging the game on because you had selfish reasons instead of just letting the team win, and then you can just continue being friendly in the next round. Why you can't accept the match ending, I don't know. But you are scum. They're identical to intel returners, but instead of running back to base, they waste everyone's time just standing around with intel while the enemy team is still attacking and trying to get them to drop the intel. They also like to go to intel and stand next to the capture zone, but dance and do nothing. Sometimes the enemy team will rush in and slaughter everyone and steal the intel and win the game. These guys just like to stand around dragging things on while everyone in chat is telling him to cap. But they just give some response like stealing is wrong, or they just flat out say no or nothing at all and just do taunts. Sometimes these players will be engineer and they just stay in the nest and do nothing. These guys just love to drag the game on for no reason, saying that anyone who caps on Teufort is gay or something. Best bet is to just vote kick them for being idle and pray everyone hits F1 before he either runs out and tries to return intel, or the enemy team goes in and kills him and starts winning the game. And again, if you're watching this and you're one of those guys, you're scum. Another variant of the intel returner and intel holder. These guys, instead of returning intel or just holding on to it, instead like to hide in the base with his boyfriend and spam the drop key, spamming everyone with the announcer voice lines of the intel drop and picked up messages. I enjoy going scout and either playing along, pretending I'm dropping intel with them, only to run and cap moments later, or just run the corner, grab it and cap. Seeing them mad is totally worth it. People want you to end the game. Quit being an asshole. Play the game like everyone else. But seriously though, these guys get pissed when you steal the intel and cap. Oh, I love it. It's so deserved. I mean, you can spam and goof around a little bit, but when everyone's telling you the cap, like, please cap, I want the game to end. Everyone, even on the enemy team, is begging you to end it. Just end it. Over-taunters are immature players who take taunts way too seriously. I even have a video of one of these kinds of players, and the comments were full of over-taunters defending him, saying, "You taunted first." Like, dude, I only did it once, and he spawn camped me and taunted every time. What people don't know is he was a cheater in a party with another cheater. That clip was cut out because I figured it was worth keeping. I did enough cheater videos, so I deleted it after. But he immediately went sniper and instant killed me every time I stepped out. So, congratulations, you're defending an asshole. I mean, he was an asshole to begin with, but you know what I mean. Over-taunts are one of the lowest scum. You taunt once, but instead of keeping to the code of TF2, instead of taunting once and moving on, these losers will single you out and taunt every time, and even go as far as to insult you in chat, even making binds specifically for you. Always typical noob down or some cliche thing like that. They're one of the most immature players in the game. You know them. You hate them. The skunts. Like the scout himself, they're egotistical, high on themselves, and have a superiority complex because they can get kills without dying immediately. Some of these guys even cheat with their inhuman perfect aim. They'll get defensive easily and they'll get mad just as easily over the dumbest things. If anyone hurts their ego or threatens their diluted view of themselves, being superior to everyone, they will get salty in chat. They don't take any kind of responsibility and take pleasure from ruining the game for everyone else. They'll even focus you if you hurt their ego and will taunt even if it's an assist or they didn't directly kill you. Even if it gets themselves killed. Like, dude, chill, it's a game. Get a life. Another immature player. They usually do this if they don't get their way, or they'll do this out of spite. These guys will Rancho Relaxo or use any other taunt to stand around, doing absolutely nothing to help the team. They don't be quiet about it either, making sure he lets you know exactly what he thinks of you, as if his opinion matters, and he decides when we win or lose. They're a waste of server slots and should be kicked, but for some reason, idiots hit F2. Apparently, people are okay with being down one player who was in a position to rescue the team but kept sitting around, enabling the enemy to do whatever they want. But hey, that's TF2 for you. It should come as no surprise. These guys think they're God's gift to the game, thinking they're always right. I have a video of one of these guys. He was entitled, thinking he was right about everything, and just bullying a new player, criticizing him every few seconds whenever he made a mistake. I took the liberty of kicking him out. One of the greatest highlights of my career. It was immensely satisfying. Go watch it. Anyway, Egomaniacs will fight and debate about anything, about their gameplay and so on. They're identical to the Gamethrower. You hurt their ego, they'll become hostile instead of game throwing. They're just bullies, using any insult and slur in the book. They're very salty players. Cheater friends go on parties with a cheater, forming the cheater's harem of boyfriends that'll do anything to protect him from vote kicks and accusations. They'll go medic and pocket the cheater. They'll come to their defense if their boyfriend is accusated and try to make him look innocent, blaming it on your skill than him obviously cheating. He could be a snapping sniper and it's just skill. Shot a cloak spy? It's just skill. Died because of a sticky bomb he set off halfway across the map from spawn? You're just an idiot. These losers will go out of their way to defend their keeper of their whorehouse, riding his sack until their assholes are raw. Just thinking about these kind of people frustrate me. They can have a cheater on their team and won't do anything about it. He could be a heavy that snaps onto anyone around him with a minigun more accurate than the Tomislav, can have crit buckets or shooting invisible spies, and the team just obviously wants to keep him as a crutch for the losing team because they'll always say, he's just good. But when a bot joins your team, they expect you to kick it, but they won't kick their cheater. They did it with bots, and they do it with human cheaters. They did this before the bot invasion of 2024. I don't know why they try so hard to defend the obvious cheater, but it gets old. It's stuff like this is why I miss when we used to be able to call vote kicks on the other team. Sure, it led to a lot of problems with people falsely kicking people out of spite or assumption, but at least something could be done about the cheater. Now we gotta hope the other team is honest enough to acknowledge and kick the cheater. It's old. I'm tired of putting my faith in losers who are too stubborn to lose to the point they rely on a cheater to carry them. We all fought this guy at some point. Messes with the ping so he lags. They're usually spies so they can get easy backstabs with little effort. They get caught pretty easily and get kicked, but we can't pretend that they're not annoying. Misusing ping to their advantage, from free backstabs to avoiding death or getting cheap kills. These guys just have zero skill, or zero fucks to give about everybody else. As a sniper main, I got no respect for these losers. They make up for their poor skill by relying on cheap tactics, mainly second scoping, waiting for you to scope so they can easily lock onto your head. It's so corny. Quit being a coward and duel me like a legit sniper. Quit crouching behind corners, letting the wall hide your hitbox so you can't get shot. Stop crying to your team for a pocket medic. Fight me like a man or change class. Stop relying on these cheesy tactics to save your sorry ass because you can't be bothered to improve at a skill-based class. You want a class that takes no skill? Play Pyro! These guys love making everyone miserable. These guys will use the Wrangler to harass you from across the map with their sentry and hide behind their sentry in its shield, making it a chore to kill them, and then they'll hide by their dispenser and repair any damage dealt and replenish any lost ammunition. Their shield making their sentry into a tank. It takes so many direct hit shots and fully charged sniper scopes before finally going down, but then the engineer will just hide and build another. Unless someone rushes in and kills them, then he'll respawn and just rebuild the nest. He's also fully aware of how toxic he is and thrives off it. They get great pleasure out of annoying everyone and making the game less fun. Followers will just go with the flow. If someone claims you're falsely accusating someone or any other reason and vote kicks you, despite your innocence, they will just go along with it. They have no will of their own. They see a vote kick and just hit F1. The slightest disturbance is enough to get them to go along with whatever is going on. A bot can falsely vote kick you, and these guys will still hit F1 no matter what. They will go with whoever sounds smarter. Better comebacks, more followers, or whatever hierarchy they follow. These guys just do whatever, no matter what it causes. I've been seeing these guys a lot. They can be anything, friendlies, Gamethrowers, and most of the time, mic burpers. They say and do the dumbest things and hide behind the excuse, I'm high on weed or I'm drunk AF, bro. Most of the time, I'm not even sure these guys are really high or drunk and are just using it as an excuse to be as annoying as possible. One guy was, I'm doing quotes here, drunk and would not stop burping in the mic. One of the most annoying experiences I had in this game. He was clearly putting his all into just burping and clearly kept a can next to him and was forcing the burps out just to be annoying. You can hear it. He was grunting, just burping. It's just like, dude. Then I got kicked for having a problem with it, if my memory serves. I just said something because it got old really fast. But hey, it's TF2. People will kick you over anything. These types of players can be any stereotype listed so far. But drunks are usually burpers and weed idiots are just idiots trying to get attention. They're simple nuisances and are annoying to tolerate. If you're a no bullshit guy like me, I find the things they do to be unnecessary and obnoxious when everyone else is trying to play the game. Meanwhile, we got high and drunken idiots on mic burping and saying the dumbest things. I just wish you didn't have to tolerate them, but it's always just mute them. It's like, I shouldn't have to because they shouldn't behave like idiots in the first place. These guys love to hate on anything that isn't TF2. These guys got scripts because they always say the exact same thing. Like angry, insert favorite thing here. They just can't let anyone enjoy anything that isn't TF2 without using it as ammunition to make fun of you. Enjoy JoJo? You're just a JoJo fan and anything you say is disregarded or irrelevant. Enjoy My Little Pony? You will be bullied non-stop in chat and mic before eventually being kicked. I've seen this happen way too often. I joined a game once, and the enemy team was busy bullying the poor guy who just enjoyed My Little Pony. Didn't say anything, just had a profile picture, and that was enough for him to be targeted. And I don't like My Little Pony, but I wouldn't bully someone for it. Like, I wouldn't bully them half an hour and then kick them afterwards. It was absurd. One of the early cruelties of the TF2 fandom I've seen before I saw everything else get worse. I get bullied for enjoying JoJo. It's pathetic. If it's not TF2, they will target you for it. Gaben forbid you enjoy anything else besides this old, outdated game that hasn't had any relevance for years. These guys are just that. Salty. If they do something like cheating, harassment, and so on, and someone tries to vote kick them, they will get angry and vote kick the vote kicker even though it's for valid reasons. Like this guy. He was standing on the same spot for the entire game, so I decided to just kick for being idle. But I guess he was waiting for someone like me because he immediately vote kicked and everyone actually said yes. So they were basically just followers, like I explained earlier. They saw a vote was up, and despite the reason what was going on, even though I just tried to vote kick them for standing around, they hit yes. And it's not the first time I saw this happen. I don't know why they're like this, but they exist, unfortunately. This is more of a personal experience I had. I encounter people like this way too often. These Heartless players constantly insult my deceased grandfather. One guy asking me where he's buried so he can screw the corpse. A lot of others telling me he killed himself to get away from me and so on. Just disgusting players who get mad at me for any reason, killing them, calling out for the cheater and so on. Even if I'm talking normally, they involve him. At least other players called this one guy out for being so messed up for what he was saying. People even voted yes when I tried to kick him. It doesn't always work out, but I expect nothing less from this Heartless community. I don't get why the TF2 community is so cruel and evil. It's so hard meeting non-cruel people in this game that are actually chill. It's next to impossible because they barely exist. T-posers are just that. Useless. You could be in the middle of a gunfight and these useless T-posers just hover on by, watching everything unfold, doing nothing to help you, and would prefer to yell for a medic and complain when they die. With these guys, you're basically down a player. They're as useless as friendlies. Only shots fired are the ones to perform the glitch the T-pose. And like friendlies, they get mad when they die in a first-person shooter and are always like, why did you shoot me? I wasn't doing anything or anything like that. And they're just the same as friendlies, same category, complain about the same things, dying in a game where you shoot people. These guys have no life. If you saw one of my past community posts, you'd see that I had a guy going to every post I ever made, copying and pasting the same thing over and over out of spite and salt. I had guys stalk my account and join any game I was in. I had another guy who would get me kicked, follow me to the next game that I went to, and lie saying I was scamming him with trade and vote kick me, and people for some reason believed him. Or they were just followers and just seeing a vote kick and hitting F1 because they have no brain cells. I don't know why they get pleasure from this, but again, more proof how fucked up this game's fandom is. Anyone who played Teufort knows these guys. They use the Wrangler to rocket jump to the bridge, and the Rescue Ranger to teleport the sentry to them, place it, then spawn camp the bridge. They're easy to counter if your team have functioning brain cells and the enemy team isn't rushing your base, keeping your team stuck in spawn. But they can just be a nuisance, but aren't always a huge threat that shuts down the game. They rarely cause problems, but when they do, they are extremely annoying. And I would join a game, and my team would be spawn camped, they would be on our battlements and all that, the entire team is just harassing us while the sentry on the bridge keeps us from stepping out, and it would take forever to push them back, and it was just annoying, especially when my team was incompetent, and obviously noobs, while the enemy team was high level and all that. It was just a pain in the ass. As a sniper, these guys annoy me. Just trying to have fun and snipe, and pyros and soldiers constantly spam flares and rockets, interrupting sniper duels, and just ruining me and my fellow snipers' fun. It's satisfying to put them down for it, but they usually just come back and do it again, and it's obnoxious, and I'm tired of these losers spamming non-stop. I absolutely hate it. And I'm sure these exact guys will be in my comment section with a timestamp saying, oh, if you're mad, then I'm just gonna keep doing it. That's what I wanted. Sniper main sub, blah blah, sniper's overpowered. This one is a more recent one. I was just playing Teufort and I just joined the game. This guy by the name of Ferris the Crab was a scout. He jumped to the battlements, tried to kill me, I killed him with melee, I used my bind, killing men is part of the job, killing skunks is a hobby, and that seemed to have gotten him mad because he was like, how mad do you have to be to have that bind? I asked him, why would I be mad when I just joined the game? He goes on and on that I'm mad, and then he says something that just made me smile. He goes on how he likes making people online mad, how it gives him life, and if I'm doing quotes, mad, then he's already, and I'm saying this with air quotes, won. What's sad is I had him muted for a while, playing the game casually, and then I dominated him, so I decided to unmute him and see what his reaction was, because knowing his kind, I knew he was going to talk, and he did, saying, guy who says is not mad says, or something like that, and left an empty space, like as if to respond to what I did. You know what I mean. Well, you know what I'm talking about. I told him I was living rent-free in his head. I haven't spoke and had him muted, and he was still talking about me in chat. I told him to just have fun and chill. It was just a bind, and then muted him again. And as we play, he then switches classes depending on what I play, trying to kill me. Like, he would go rage heavy and all that when I was pyro, etc, etc. What I love is that a teammate said, if you're changing class trying to kill him, then you're more mad than he is, something like that. And he was right. The guy went different classes just to kill me. When he saw his pyro, he went heavy, for example. He still died, even with 5 other teammates with him and a medic. He just kept going and going, acting like he was the alpha male, only for him to rage quit in the end. In case you haven't figured out, these guys will project their anger onto you. They can't possibly be mad, it's you, even though they spoke up first. If you choose to engage first, that just means you're angry. You are frustrated enough to directly engage and go on how mad you are when it's obviously the other way around. I was glad I played that day. I wouldn't have gotten to include him, his story, and stereotype on this list. This happened April 2nd, around 11 to midnight. I don't ever want to forget that day, so I'm including the date. And I'm also including his Steam page so you know who to look out for. And just so you know, the guy's a bum and a loser, and he'll direct his rage onto you. And you're obviously the mad one when he clearly is. When everything he says screams anger. Like, you don't even have to do much, and he will just focus you thinking, oh, I got him so mad. I totally winning this engagement. It's just like, no. I'm basically living rent-free in your head. I'm not even talking to you throughout the game, and you're still going on about me in chat. I even teased him a bit. Like on his profile, I put like, why'd you rage quit? I thought what we had was special. Or I'll go on like, he clearly likes me, or like, oh, he loves me. He's like, he wants to get married. That sort of thing. It was just entertaining. And overall, just kind of pathetic. Actually, not kind of. It was pathetic. And with that, my stereotype list of toxic players comes to a close. And with that, my final video I'll be making specifically for this channel. I'm not 100% done yet, and I got something else, my little magnum opus, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. But with that said, out of this video, I will no longer be making TF2 videos, and I will instead be on my main channel, which I won't really share because I know the toxic and angry TF2 players and fanboys will flood there, spam dislikes, spam hate comments, etc, etc. So I'm not sure if I really want to share the name of my main channel. But if you find me, you find me. And I also kind of have my main channel around here somewhere, so I'm sure you'll see it. But if you ask, I'll make sure to share it. Maybe provide my Discord link so I can provide it there. I don't know. But anyway, that's all for now, and I'll see you guys on my main channel. Farewell, everybody.